Hi everybody, I wanted to do a quick video, almost like a beginner's guide to an introduction to how guns work in DayZ, because when you first start in DayZ and you first start finding guns, it can be very, very complicated indeed, and often you want to end up with something like this beauty, you know, a nice KA with a scope and everything on. But even getting down to how guns reload and all that sort of stuff can be a bit complicated. So let's put that one away and let's go and have a look at some guns and kind of what to expect when you find them. So let's start off with this. So this is the DayZ. This is a hunting rifle, very good. You can use it as a sniper as well. Only can take two bullets, but great for hunting animals and headshotting people, that sort of stuff. But when you find a DayZ, you'll probably find it like this. So it'll just have the iron sights on, which is okay, but you really want a scope. So what you want to do is you then can find a scope. Where's it gone? There it is. So there's a scope. So if you get a scope, and then when you find a scope on PlayStation, if it's on the floor, you press. In fact, I think you press Y, triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox, and it went to the gun. So press X to kind of pick it up and hold X, or press A on Xbox and press the shoulder button to come across to the DayZ, down to the scope, let go, and that will now have a scope on. And then you can do it. So once you've got the gun, obviously to aim down sights, you press your left trigger. To look through the scope, I guess that's soft aiming, left trigger. You click in the right stick. So click it in, and you'll look through the scope, click it out, like that. So it's a little bit different from other games. It's actually a bit getting used to. Normally you would, the left trigger would make you look through the scope, wouldn't it? But in DayZ, that just makes you kind of soft aim, and then you click in that right one. Okay, but now we need to put some bullets into it. And you kind of find bullets in a couple of different forms. You'll find loose bullets, like you can just about see there, or you'll find bullets in boxes. If we just put the DayZ away for a second. So if you pick up a box of bullets, the first thing you have to do is unbox them. So if you look in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, you'll see you've got the tooltip next to R2 to unpack them. So you press that, it would then unpack them. There'd be a bit of piece of paper on the floor, and then you can put the bullets into your hand. I won't do that here because I've already got some loose ones, or you might find some loose ones. So we can pick those up, and then we've got loose 308s. You know which bullets a gun will take, because if you just have it in your inventory, read the description at the top, and it says double barrel break action rifle loaded with 2 308 rounds. Now to reload it, what you need to do, let's see if I can get this right the first time without getting it wrong, because I kind of do things automatically. What you do is you left trigger to aim down sights, and you press and hold triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox. There we go. And hold that button in. There we go, we've reloaded the gun. So if you look in the bottom left hand corner now, you'll see we've got 2 bullets, and then we could fire them off just by pressing the right trigger. And that gun is now good to go. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Right, so let's go and put this one back in my stash. And let's go and look at a different gun. So let's have a look at a shotgun. So this is the pump action shotgun, the BK133. Again, if we take that into our hands, you can see, very nice gun. Look in the bottom left hand corner though, we've got no ammo in it. Again, left trigger to aim down sights, click in the right trigger to aim down the iron sights. So what we want to do is we want to put some ammo in this baby. So again, you'll find boxed ammo. Boxed ammo comes in 3 main different flavours. You'll get slugs, you'll get shot, and you get rubber bullets. Don't use rubber bullets if you want to kill people. It just knocks them out. So again, we would pick up the box, we would unpack it, and that would give us loose bullets. So here we have some loose bullets. So if I take those, put them in my inventory. So they're in my inventory. If I now hold the BK133, and again just press the left trigger to aim down sights, or soft aim, and press press and hold triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox and keep it held. There we go. And there we go, we're good to go. So we can now fire that gun, take out some enemies. It's as easy as that. I say it's as easy as that. It's very odd when you come from, say, a game like Call of Duty or PUBG where reloading is all done automatically. So let's put this back in here. In fact, it's the wrong tent. Bullets go in this tent. Sorry, guns go in this tent, bullets go in the other tent. So they're kind of guns that have got internal magazines, so you're loading the bullets into the gun itself. Now, what we're going to look at now is a assault rifle. Now, the concepts behind the assault rifle that we're going through here are exactly the same for any of the guns that have an external magazine, and this includes pistols as well. So as you can see, so here's a gun I found, an M4. There's a mag. There's some loose bullets, and this gun uses 5.56.45, and there's a scope. Now, when you find guns in DayZ, they'll be in all sorts of different what's the word? They'll have different attachments on them. It's kind of random. So this one, if we pick it up, we can see that it's got a bayonet on it, it's got a stock on it, it's got a handguard on it, hasn't got a scope. But it could be in all sorts of different layouts. Also, they can be in all sorts of different conditions. Now, this one, if you look at the top hand corner, you can see it says pristine, so it's going to last a long time. If it says damaged, what you want to do is you want to find a gun cleaning kit like that little wooden box there you can see in my inventory, and that will then return it to a worn state. Now, if you use a gun until it becomes damaged, it'll have a higher chance of jamming when you're using it. And if it jams, you'll get the tooltip to unjam it, and basically your character whacks the gun and bashes it and eventually unjams it. But if you're in the middle of a firefight with somebody, that's no good because they've probably killed you by then, or if it's a load of zombies, you're probably dead by then anyway. If you keep using the gun and don't fix it and keep, you know, unjamming it all the time, eventually it will become ruined and you'll have to throw it away. So you used to be able to fix guns with duct tape. You can't do that anymore. You've got to use the gun cleaning tape, gun cleaning kit, so they're much more useful than they used to be. So let's put the M4 in my inventory and let's have a look at this ammo. So rather unusually in DayZ, not only do you have to find your magazines to go on your gun, but you have to load it with individual bullets. So if we pick up this magazine here, we can see that it's actually got 14 rounds in it already, but it's not full, but we want it to be full. So let's pick up these 5.56, put them into our inventory. Now, again, there's a box of 5.56, so again, I could pick that up and I could unbox it, put it in my inventory. Now, when you want to load a magazine with bullets, and trust me, this does get easier, all you do is you have the magazine in your hand, and then you move your cursor around in your inventory to get to the 5.56, the compatible ammo, and in the bottom right hand corner you'll see the combine tooltip, which on PlayStation is circle, on X it would be B, and you just tap that. Now, if you now look at the tooltip that's in the middle of the screen, you'll see it says load magazine, hold. So we press R2 and our character is loading the individual bullets into the magazine. Now, when you've got a magazine in your hand, like now, I have, in fact, if we go to that, you can probably see he's carrying it. You then get the tooltip in the bottom right-hand corner to empty the magazine. So you might have a situation where you've got your assault rifle, you've got your pistol, you've got some like 2 or 3 magazines. You don't really want any more magazines, but you find a magazine that's got bullets in it, so you would then empty that magazine, keep the bullets, but throw the magazine itself away, then use it. So now what we can do is we can now put that mag into our inventory, and let's pick up the scope. So there's the scope. Let's put it on our hands, just have a quick look at it. Now, some of the scopes will require a battery, and they'll have a little slot underneath the scope for a 9-volt battery. So all you do is you just equip the battery to the scope, and then it'll normally have a lit up reticle in the middle, or it could be a night vision scope, which obviously you can see at night. Now what we can do now, you see we've got the equip option has appeared at the bottom of the screen, so if we press Y, that will then equip that to a compatible gun, which just happens to be not the Vega. So it's put it onto the M4 already. If it wasn't on the M4, say we were in this situation, you could again find the scope, again just press equip, or if you just press and held X on PlayStation, A on Xbox, go across, go to the scope, let go, and that equips it. Okay, so now as you can see we've got a gun. Now when we first soft aim by pressing the left hand trigger, again we just look down the sights. If we press the right on the D-pad, it will go to the scope. To go back to the iron sights, you press and hold right on your D-pad. So it's tap right on the D-pad to look at the scope, but press and hold right on the D-pad to go back to the iron sights. But now we want to put our magazine on. Now I'm pretty sure if we press Y, if we aim down sights with our left trigger and press triangle on PlayStation or wide Xbox, if we press and hold it, there we go, yeah, the character gets the magazine out. So we've now got our magazine out and they put it in. So as you're shooting, if you've got more than one magazine and your magazine gets low and you think, well actually I want a full magazine, again you would press and hold triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox and it would change to another magazine to do it that way. If you press left on your D-pad, it will go from a semi-auto to full auto if the gun's got that option, and I would definitely recommend with the assault rifles set them to semi-auto because you can fire them very quickly, and also you don't have to be aiming down sights all the time. The soft aim, this sort of position, is more than good enough for lots and lots of situations. So that's kind of the basics really. If you just remember that you'll get guns like the SKS or the Mosin or the shotguns or the Blaze that have internal magazines where you have to load the bullet straight into the gun, and then you get the guns that have external magazines that are separate, like the M4, the KAs or the AKs or the Sporters, where you'll find a magazine, you have to load the bullets into the magazine, the compatible bullets into the magazine, and load the magazine onto the gun. And then you're ready, you're ready to go. I guess one other thing as well is when you're aiming down sights, if you press square on PlayStation or X on Xbox, your player will do a melee move. Now because this gun's got a bayonet, see he's doing that, but if we put the Vega on, this is a semi-auto shotgun. Now the idea of this move is that when you're taking on zombies and they're rushing you, or I guess an animal or something, when it gets too close you can't aim down sights anymore, but by doing that move it pushes them back as well and does them some damage, which gives you enough space to aim down sights and start shooting at them, so that you can save the day. So let's pick that up. So there we go, that's a beginner's guide to how guns work in DayZ. I found it incredibly frustrating when I first started. I couldn't believe the fact that you had to load individual bullets into magazines. It blew my mind and really put me off the game. But once you get used to it, it's actually quite cool, to go in and have to find bullets, find magazines, find everything that's compatible. That's the main thing, because there's lots of different types of bullets, lots of different types of mags, and it gets a bit confusing. But all you have to do, again, just put the gun in your hand, highlight it, and then read what it says at the top. So 556 by 45, so that's the type of bullets that need to go in the magazines for that gun. Okay, so that's enough from me. Hopefully that's useful. If it has been, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.